So I just read some unfortunate news that the next Jurassic Park movie will not be directed by Gareth Edwards. I think that really sucks, unfortunately. Apparently, the reason for it, I'll probably pop up somewhere on the screen somewhere, was because of creative differences between Gareth Edwards and Universal. That has me worried. That really has me worried for the quality of the next film. And look, I know a lot of people didn't like Jurassic World Rebirth. I know some people did, but a lot of people didn't. And I understand. It's kind of a mixed bag. Me personally, I enjoyed Jurassic World Rebirth. I thought it was a step in the right direction. It was a decent movie, and a lot of it just had to do with the fact that Gareth Edwards is a really good director. Like visually, he's a fantastic director. He has made some visually pleasing and just beautiful films, and I really like how he scaled the dinosaurs in his movie. Like they felt gigantic. He was a fantastic pick for Jurassic Park, and I thought that partnership was going to continue in the next movie. And even that, I thought he was going to have even more creative liberty in the next film because the last Jurassic Park movie was basically an assembly movie. Like it was a studio film. I'm not saying he didn't have any creative input. I'm pretty sure he had some, mostly in just the way the movie was shot and directed. But also, I'm pretty sure he had some creative input on how the D Rex looked, because he mentioned that he took inspiration from that monster from Star Wars, the Rancor. I'm sorry about that, the Rancor. He took inspiration from the Rancor for the D Rex. So I thought, since the movie was a financial success, I'm not gonna pretend like it was gangbusters. It did make a bit less money than the movie before that, but it still made money you know so I thought that relationship was going to continue, and I thought, for his contributions to Jurassic World Rebirth, and just again because the movie succeeded, I thought he was going to have more creative liberty. How naive I was. So yeah, no, unfortunately he's not coming back, and I think that really sucks. I think if Universal were to give him more creative liberty and just let him work on the script, not just be a director for hire, I think he would have made a really, really good Jurassic Park movie. Like genuinely, like I love Gareth Edwards movies. He does a really good job. Again, not just in directing, but also storytelling. One example I can just give is The Creator. I really like The Creator. That movie was awesome. It's a shame it bombed, but it was an awesome movie. I liked the story. I thought it was a really interesting story, and of course the cinematography and everything looked fantastic. So I was really excited to see what Gareth could bring now that hopefully he would get more creative control over the next film. Unfortunately, that's not happening. They parted ways over creative differences, and that has me worried because I have no idea what Universal has planned for the next film. And honestly, I think this is a big mistake on their end because, like I said, Gareth Edwards, in my opinion, is like top tier director. He's really good. So the fact that they let him go is a big oopsie on their part, in my opinion. I think I would even go so far as to say it's idiotic because he is a really good director. And you should get really good directors to make your movies. And now I'm worried how visually the next Jurassic Park movie is going to look and how the dinosaurs are going to scale because it's not going to be the same. Like that's one of the things I loved about Gareth Edwards. He put his own touch in that last movie, and it worked for me personally. Like I said, I loved Rebirth. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good movie. Not amazing, but a good movie and a step in the right direction. So, like I said, creative differences apparently. So that tells me that he probably had a really good idea for the next movie, and Universal just didn't want to do it. My guess is that Universal wants to play it safe again, because even though I like Rebirth, it was a safe movie. They most likely want to play it safe again for the next film, so they can make as much money and not do anything creatively different or creatively invigorating. And again, I love Gareth Edwards. Like I said, I think he makes really good movies and he's a really good storyteller. And I had a feeling he most likely had a really good idea for the next movie, or at least wanted to implement some of his ideas in the next one. Because who knows, maybe the script for the next film was already made and he just wanted to put his own flair into it. And Universal was just like, no. So that's a shame, and that sucks. Like I said, I think this is a big oopsie on their part, and I think it is idiotic. So we'll see how the next movie turns out. But I'm not gonna lie to you, this does sour my excitement for the next movie because we just lost a really good director who, if given the creative liberty to make the next film and his own vision, I think we would have gotten a really good Jurassic Park movie. Not just a decent, but probably the first really, really good Jurassic Park movie. Because again, I stand by what I say. I think he is a great director, and I think he does tell really good stories. So that sucks. But on the bright side, that means he can go. That means he'll have more time to create some original stuff on his own, and whatever he does next, I'm gonna check it out because he, like I said, I love his movies. But I do think it sucks that Universal, you know, let him go, and they had to go. They had to go their own separate ways. So yeah, big L on Universal. Hopefully, the next movie will still be decent, but I'm not holding out hope. So that's really all I gotta say.